Hi everyone, this is Kathy and welcome back to Kathy's Happy Home. I thought I'd give you a quick Kathy chat today, maybe a not so quick Kathy chat, to just let you know I haven't been around for a little bit. It all started a few weeks ago when we decided to get some new furniture. And the first thing we decided to get was a new bed. The what we had was very old. The box spring had broken, and instead of being like this, it was like this. Didn't start off that way, but as time went on, of course, the little crack that was just a little tiny dip got worse and worse. We also had to get a new mattress because that was old, and you ought to replace a mattress every so often anyway. So that's what we did, and when the package came, Joe was upstairs, and I looked at it, and the delivery man said, "Well, I'm not taking it in," and he left it on the sidewalk. Well, I couldn't take it in, so I had to get Joe down, and he got it inside the house. This thing was big. No two ways about it. And we have a stairway that it goes up and then it turns and goes up another 4 steps to a hallway, and then you have to turn off the hallway into the bedroom. So that was quite a feat. We left the mattress in the recliner in the living room in that box, and we got the box spring upstairs. It took both of us, and let me tell you, I ain't as young as I used to be. It was a hard job, but we finally got it upstairs. Then it took us over an hour to cut the carton off of the box spring. Then we had to get the old box spring out. So Joe was able to get that off of the bed frame, slide it into the bathroom, which is across the hall from our bedroom, slide the new box spring into our bedroom, and get it set up. It was hours and hours doing this. And then we couldn't use the bathroom with the box spring there, so we slid that into the hallway, and we kept cutting up the carton and taking it downstairs in pieces. It was horrible, and at that point I said, I've had it. We're not doing the mattress tonight. We're going to put the old mattress on. So that's what we did. We just put the old mattress back on, and left it that way for that night. So the we got busy, and it was a couple of days that it was that way. And while we still had the mattress on the recliner, we had ordered a new recliner because that was old. And I'm going to stop the video here right now and show you a picture of the old recliner. Let me see if I can do this. So we were looking at things online, and we picked out what we wanted. Now, the old recliner we bought at a used furniture store in 2008 for $50. So it did not owe us anything. And once we got the cats, they just, no, destroyed it. What can I say? Um, you can say, get off of there, stop doing that a million times, and they'll do what they want. I sometimes wonder who's the head of this house, us or them. And it is us, of course. But anyway, it was time. It didn't owe us a cent. So Joe picked out what he wanted, and I said to him, you know what, I never ever know what to get you for Valentine's Day. Why don't I buy you this recliner for Valentine's Day? And he said, yeah, that'd be great. So he said, but you pick out the color. This is the one I want, but you pick out the color. And I said, everything in the living room is so dark. Let's get a light gray, and then we're going to paint the walls, and it'll look nice with it. So that's what we did. We ordered it. And unbeknownst to me, he was looking at sofas to match the chair. And he wanted a sleeper sofa, which I don't want, but that's another story. And so he was looking at them, but he did not order one. So the third day after we got the mattress and box spring, there's a knock on the door. It's a delivery guy from FedEx. He has a delivery for us from Walmart. Now, we had ordered this chair, since our trash day is Friday. We ordered the chair to be delivered Friday afternoon. We were going to put the mattress upstairs, take the old chair, put it out on the curb Friday morning, and then it would be all set for the new stuff to come in Friday afternoon. This was Thursday morning. Not only was it Thursday morning, it was early Thursday morning. Very, very early Thursday morning, like 7:30. Joe was still asleep, and this guy puts the chair in the front door. And I said, oh, okay. I didn't think it was going to be delivered today. And he said, well, we deliver it when we can, lady. And then he said, well, wait, I have something else. And he brings in this giant box. Giant box. He said, here's your sofa. I said, we didn't order a sofa. Well, all I know is this is what I'm supposed to deliver. And he takes off. He takes off where he put it that I couldn't even close the front door. It was in the doorway. And there was no room to put this furniture because we already had furniture in the living room. And just imagine, we have a very, very small house. And imagine a room that is pretty crammed with furniture to begin with, and you get a second living room suite. Joe came running downstairs. Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible. He managed to get the boxes in the room enough that we could close the front door. And by this time, I'm in tears. I am crying my eyes out. I have a little tiny, as wide as I am, spot to sit on the sofa. I am penned in with a box this side, and a coffee table in front of me. And I am crying my eyes out. And he said, I don't know what to do. I did not order this. I was looking at it, but I didn't order it. Well, here he must have accidentally hit the button that he ordered it. So I was so upset, I actually left. I went over to my girlfriend's house through the back door and stayed with her till I calmed down. And it was a nightmare. A total nightmare. The Walmart said they weren't going to take anything back. And he said, yes, you are. and had this big thing going on. And finally they did take it back. Well, they wrote him and said, we admit it was our mistake, and we're willing to give you 10% off if you keep the sofa. And so we talked it over, and Joe said, it's here now, why don't we just keep it and we'll get it for less money. And I said, well, okay. So we get the old chair out, and that was a mess too, trying to get it away from boxes, and we had to move the end table by the front door so we could get the old chair out the front door, and that went through the doorway, and he had to open it up like a recliner to make it, and put it on its side to make it narrow enough to go through the door, put it out on the sidewalk to get picked up for trash. And then he put the took the first we had to get that mattress upstairs, so it was too heavy to get up, so Joe walked it upstairs. He put it up a step, take a step, put it up the next step, take a step, put up the next step, take a step. And he finally was able to get on the bed, and then we had to get rid of the old mattress and box spring. Finally got that out. Got the chair, the new chair, out of the box. And I said, what are we going to do about this sofa? He says, well, let me look at it. And when he looks at it, they sent the wrong thing. They sent the wrong color. They sent it in leather instead of fabric. And it was a foot too long to fit in our living room. So then he wrote them a note, and he said, my wife is very, very angry. So anyway, they sent him a label and told him to send it back. So that they said, we'll have FedEx pick it up on Monday. So we had to go through the weekend with this huge box in the living room. But Monday, we have the label printed out, and we get the box out on the sidewalk, and we leave it there to get picked up. They said they'd be here between 9 and 6. So we had it out there at 8 o'clock. Our next door neighbors are having some work done in their house, and about 10 o'clock, one of the workers came over, knocked on the door, and said, sir, do you know that there's a carton out here for you? And Joe goes, yeah. And he said, well, I'll help you take it in the house. And Joe goes, no, not in the house. We're sending it back. And he goes, oh, okay. I just didn't want it to get stolen. And I said, steal it, somebody, please. Oh, my. And then our mailman came around about 2 o'clock. And he knocked on the door and said, do you need help getting this in the house? I'll help you. And we went, no, we're sending it back. The FedEx driver finally came about 4 o'clock and took it. I was never so glad to see anything go. We're having all this trouble trying to move this thing. The FedEx man leans over, picks it up, puts it on his shoulder, and walks across the street with it. I'm getting old. And I said to Joe, we better stay on the good side of that guy. Oh my. So anyway, the new chair, Joe could not put it together by himself. So we had to wait till the next day when his friend Lenny came over and the two of them put the chair together. It is beautiful. We are in love with it. And after all that we went through, uh, we had better love it, but it's beautiful. And I will stop the video again and give you a picture of it right here. Now, during all this time, our big cat, Jack, got sick. And we had to take him to the vet. He had some kind of an upper respiratory infection. And they gave him amoxicillin, just like they would a kid. But I had to give it to him through a syringe and squirt it down his throat. Jack did not like that. Jack let me know in no uncertain terms he didn't like that. Well, it's mostly gone now, but he got me right here, my arms. He got Joe. We tried to put a blanket over him, and around him that he couldn't get to us. He got to us anyway. He threw that blanket off. Jack is a big cat. He's 14 pounds, and he's strong. And he didn't care if he was sick or not. He was not taking that medicine. I did get 3 doses down him. And in that time, he has gotten so much better. And he's not sneezing. He isn't running a fever. I said, I can't get the other 2 doses down him. What he has. That's it. So that's that story. But then, of course, people get sick too. And last week when we went down to Cape May Courthouse to go to church, on the way home, Joe must have pulled a muscle or something. When he got out of the car, he could barely walk. And he keeps complaining about a pain on his lower right side. So he put up with it a while and took some Tylenol and that sort of stuff, and he had like icy hot and stuff like that, but nothing seemed to be working. So I ended up on Valentine's Day taking him to urgent care. And here's a picture of him in urgent care. Don't tell the doctors I took it, because I wasn't supposed to have a camera in there. So anyway, they did all kinds of tests on him. And they told him to go to the ER and get a CAT scan. Because, no, urgent care doesn't have all the equipment. So, on Thursday, we went to the VA hospital emergency room and got a CAT scan, and they did some other tests and all. And turns out it was just what we thought it was, a pulled muscle. I don't know whether he sat wrong or lifted something he shouldn't have or what. He thinks, now, the church down in Cape May donated some food items for the disabled veterans up here. And they were in 2 bags. And he thinks that he lifted them funny. When he was putting them in the car, he sort of swung them in because they were heavy. And he thinks that's what he did. But in any case, they gave him lidocaine patches. And that seems to be helping him a lot. So that's what's going on there. Me, I haven't had an AFib attack since last June. And I had a really bad one last night. And I'm actually recording this Sunday morning. I skipped going to church because I just feel kind of rotten. It has stopped. It lasted about 12 hours, which really isn't that bad. Sometimes they last days, but after it's over, you feel sort of weak and sort of weird. And then I was having trouble getting dizzy, and I said, no, I better not get behind the wheel of a car to go to church. Joe's not feeling good, so he's staying in bed. He already told me if I wanted to go without him. But I just figured it would be better not to get behind the wheel of a car till I felt 100% again. And that's why you're getting a Kathy chat today. So that's where I've been. That's what's been going on. Coming up, I'm really not sure what I'm going to be doing with you guys. Like I said, I really didn't decorate for Valentine's Day. I don't have that much. But I'm going to decorate for spring. So that's the next thing. And I'll try to show you. Maybe I'll try to show you my shelf as I decorate it. I really don't have a lot for spring either. My beautiful bunny that I bought last year at Rite Aid's clearance sale got knocked down. I had it in a box with spring stuff, and the box fell and the bunny broke. And I love that bunny, so I'm going to look when they get their spring stuff out and see if I can get another one like it or similar to it, because I really did love that bunny. Have cleaning out the wazoo to do, and I've been too sick really to clean, but I'm doing a little bit at a time. As I pass a table, I'll pick up 5 or 6 things off of it, sit down, deal with that, then maybe an hour or two later pick up another 5 or 6 things. Slow going, very slow going, but I'm getting it done, and to me that's what counts. I want to reorganize the pantry. I want to reorganize the counter on the in the kitchen out here. I want to make a little coffee bar, which I think would be really great for Joe. He drinks coffee all day, loves his coffee. Let me see if I can find it. This is what he's been getting from Target. See if I can even up that. I am not used to this new camera. Here we go. Double chocolate coffee. He is obsessed with that. So I'm going to try to get some kind of container that he can put it in instead of leaving it in the box. I have all kinds of ideas. It's just getting it done and getting well enough to get it done. I want to thank all of you who have lately become my subscribers. My goal is to get to 500. I've had this channel since, well, 2 years. I know that I started on my birthday, and I'm pretty sure it was 2 years ago. It might be 3. But I'm up to almost 450 subscribers. My goal is to get to 500 before the end of this year. So if you watch this and you enjoy it and you haven't subscribed, just hit the subscribe button. I promise it's painless and it's free. And it would mean so much to me to get up to 500. I'm not aiming for the thousands that other people have. I'm just a little channel. And I do this because I'm having fun doing it. But it would be so cool to see that number change to 500. And I guess I am going to go, because this is probably going to be a little longer than usual. But I do appreciate that you all stuck with me during the 3 weeks that I wasn't around. And now you understand why I wasn't around. Um, but I know as soon as the snow goes away, I want to get out in the yard and do a little bit of gardening. I have my daffodils are starting to come up. Yay! I want to get some tulips in. I love tulips. Joe loves daffodils. So I try to plant them together and make a little bed. Um, I wanted to, it's really messed up out there ever since we got that part of the fence taken down. But I want to really get going on that. I want to do some decorating. I want to do some baking. I have a couple more recipes that I think you're going to like that I want to do for you. And I'm almost done 5 books, and that's when I do my what I'm reading. So I'll show you what I've been up to with my reading. And that's about it. I'll show you, since I have it right here, what I'm reading right now. I've never read any of hers before. Jude Deveraux, Return to Summer House. Not quite sure how I like it. It's very different from what I usually read. I have 2 books that I read with my book club, and I'm not enamored of this book club. I thought it would be fun. It's not fun. And well, I'm not going to ruin it. I'm going to tell you about those 2 books when I get to it. And the other thing I was going to ask you is, would you like me to do a Sunday praise? I do it in my my blog, and I've fallen behind with that too. But I enjoy telling people Bible stories and explaining them, and if you would like me to do that here, I'd be willing to do it. But if nobody's interested, I'm not going to do it. Okay, now I really will go. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.